What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video in the Day Trading Institution. So what we're going to be going over today is our trading journal and how to actually set up our journal. So the journal is an important investment that we have to make as a trader. Every single business has their first startup cost. This is a cost to our first startup cost as a trader. Now, this is going to be a yearly payment, but it's an investment I highly recommend that you do make because it's only going to better your trading at the end of the day, right? So what we're going to be using this journal for is to track our progress, and we're going to be pretty much looking to improve and continue to track our progress and learn from our mistakes and journal every single one of our trades. This is the journal I recommend, Edgewonk. There's many journals out there that you could try for yourselves. This is just the one I recommend, and I'm going to help you guys set up. So after you pay the initial fee and you create your account, all you're simply going to do is press login. And it's going to take you to something that looks like this, which says select database. Now, obviously, I already have 2 accounts on here. I'm going to create a new database, and I'm going to go along with you guys so you guys can kind of follow along. So I'm going to call this test. And this is, I created an account and literally only traded it for 2 days. Put some trades on there just so you guys can see how this works, right? So once you actually select your account currency, it's simply all you have to do. You're going to come in here and you're going to come into the markets tab. You're going to press Forex. You're going to press CFDs because we're only trading Forex and CFDs. And then we're going to put a random deposit amount. For those of you who are just starting up your journal and let's say you haven't traded just yet, then just put the deposit amount of what your first trading account size is going to be. If it's $1,000, then it's $1,000. If it's $100, then it's $100. But for those of you who have already traded, just put a random amount for now. Right, and for those of you who already have a trading account, just put a random amount for now, and we're going to put a random deposit date, and then create database. So all we're simply going to do is wait for our journal to be created, and then we're going to be taken to this page here, right? So initially, this is going to be our profit calendar. I'm not going to break any of this down now. All I simply want to do is set up your journal and get you guys familiar with it. So this is going to be your trading journal where you could access from, any computer, your phone, your tablets, whatever you're using. And then over here, they have a lot of tutorials on how to actually use the journal, which I do recommend that you guys do watch, right? They go really in depth on the journal and how to use it. But just a quick rundown, this is going to be our home page where we see all of our statistics. Here is our actual journal itself. Then we're going to go into trade analytics where we could actually use all of this for our benefit. My apologies for that. But here we have our trade analytics where you can analyze your trades and their performance. And then here we have a whole chart lab, which we'll get into that later on. We even have an equity simulator, which is super dope, which we can use this to our benefit later on to see the positive expectancy for our trades. We have a chart book, we have a sessions tab. There's a lot of information here. More importantly, what we're going to do is start our import. This is for the traders that already have a trading account that have already been taking trades. So what you're going to do is go into settings and you're going to press MetaTrader 4. If you're using MetaTrader 5, then use MetaTrader 5. Then we're simply going to press save. Right, we're going to put default setup and we're going to press save. Once that's done, you're going to go back into imports up here, and then you have to go into your MetaTrader 4. And again, this is just a random account that I created and only traded on for 2 days for the sole purpose of this video. You're going to go on to save as detailed report, and then you're going to literally just press save. It'll pop up your trading report, and all you have to do is you could drop the file or click here, and then I already have the report, so I'm going to save it as here, and then you're pretty much going to upload the file that you just saved from your MetaTrader 4 and press upload file. Then you have pending imports down here, and all I'm going to do is simply wait for that to import, and then we'll continue the video and everything else. Alright, so my trading history for that account has been successfully imported, and we can see there's actually data here now. So I'm simply going to press home, and you're going to see that we actually have trading days. So as you can see today, or on the 25th being yesterday, was a red day, and we can actually click on that day and see all the trades that we've taken that day. Now I didn't take 7 trades on that one day. This was 1 trade, and then this was 1 trade. I just added a few positions. Let me close this. So this is one trade, this is one trade, and this is one trade. So I took 3 trades that day and I lost those same 3 trades. But that's besides the point, right? Let's go to home. And as you could see on the following day, it'll show me all of my winning trades. You could see your trades by day. And again, this is all just one trade, just scaled in on different positions. Now, when you go to your actual journal, you could see all of the data here. And you can even see the last trade and what your account is currently up. So on this account, I'm currently up 150% because this one trade made back the loss for these 3 trades here. Now, if we go into settings, right, we're going to go to deposits and withdrawals, and we're going to delete our fake deposit because I had already made a deposit here. You're going to go here, and then your new account balance is going to refresh. So this is going to be the account balance here. And as you can see, if you go to deposits and withdrawals, there is a deposit here. Now, everything isn't going to update automatically. You have to manually journal yourself. So I would get familiar with the platform, and then we could see the actual equity curve of our account here. So as you can see, at the lowest point, I was down around $2,000 on the 6th trade. And then on the 7th trade, I was in profit 4,000. On the 8th trade, I was in profit 5,800. And on the 9th trade, I was in profit $6,700. So, you know, what we can also do is go into simulator here. And again, this isn't normally how I trade. But, you know, I just took, not random trades, I just took a bunch of trades on this account just so I can get a little bit of data and actually make this video for you guys. And then we can just press, you know, start simulation. And if I were to trade the same exact way as I'm trading right now with a win rate of 33%, and again, you know, this counts your win rates and losing trades per position. Some people might take 6, 7 positions and it count as one trade because it's only going to be one move. But yeah, so I just kind of want to continue the guys this here. So the average risk to reward on the current, you know, account is going to be 9. The starting balance was $5,000. The average gain is $3,000, and then the average loss is $300 at a win rate of 33%. Now, as you can see, if I were to keep trading the same way, right, the account is being simulated by 2 simulations with 500 trades. So in the next 500 trades, this account could potentially reach, you know, $400,000 if I keep trading the same exact way. Now, obviously, you want to run more simulations. You want to run at least 5 simulations. And this is just, again, for the people that have already trade history. So you could just see all of these simulations, and at the end of the 500 trades, you know, the highest would be 400,000, and then the lowest would be $360,000. Which you could see, you know, account balance max, account balance minimum. And then, you know, the longest losing streak is 15 losing trades. Longest winning streak is 7 winning trades at a total of a 9% risk to reward ratio, which is pretty dope. Now, again, this isn't how I actually trade. I just kind of took a few trades just to kind of show you guys this here. And then we don't even have a weekly stats because of the week hasn't finished yet, along with the monthly. But it's pretty cool. I just kind of wanted to get the journal set up with you guys so you guys have an understanding of how to actually set up the journal. Obviously, in the next few videos, I'm going to show you guys how to actually journal and everything else. And then again, you know, this simulator here is for you to test the positive expectancy of your back test or of your trading account. Now, we're also going to be using this journal to actually back test our trades as well, since everything has to be used manually. We'll back test pretty much 100 trades in your system, doing tweaks and then running this simulation to see how well everything performs. And then you can get a way better idea of, you know, you can even go to equity graph here. You can get a way better idea of, you know, your system, how it works and everything else. So we're going to be using this to back test here as well, which, you know, we'll go over that later on, and, you know, actually tweaking your system. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. So I will talk to everybody in the next video where we're going to be learning how to actually journal.